Hey guys, I'm gonna go through the last information for the week, and for the semester, and for the year. Um, Ironically, we're gonna end with this, and it kind of has a little importance to what we're experiencing today. Okay, so the Black Death, Black Plague, an infectious disease that spread rampant across Europe during the Middle Ages, basically is the solidifying end to the Middle Ages and brings forth new ideas and new revolutionary thoughts that would lead into something that we would talk about, but we don't have the time to get to that as of now. So, which is called the Renaissance. Okay, so overall guiding questions that I would have asked you if we were in class, and I go through this and you're reading through this, analyze some significant effects that Black Plague, Black Death, Bubonic Plague had on political, economic, and social ideas. Okay, so the plague, guys, is believed to arrive from historians' thought in Sicily, which is part of Italy, in 1347. Merchant ships, which were coming from the Black Sea, so kind of up in the area near Russia, came down, and within 5 years, it spread all the way across Europe, wiping out and killing almost a third of Europe's population. So you guys here can see the extent of the plague. Down around here is Sicily, and then you guys can see from the map it gets bigger and then bigger and then bigger and bigger. And actually, ironically, there are a few areas that didn't see a lot from this. They actually didn't experience hardship like a lot of other people did. But you guys can see there were some rural uprisings where people just didn't know what to do. Okay, so it's very rampant. It's like, I guess, the coronavirus, you can say, easily spreads. Not nobody knows what to do, and you just deal with what you can find. However, today modern medicine is a little more important than back then. Okay, there's three types of plague traditionally: pneumonic, septicemic, bubonic. This one is particular bubonic. Okay. So symptoms of bubonic plague that happened during then, you guys can read through these. I will also attach the link to this slideshow so you guys can go through it if you want. But basically, it's not very enjoyable. Okay. And then those symptoms, those bulbous, those will come from that. And then the other one form is septicemic that we looked at before, and that traditionally has 100% mortality rate. So what was the culprit? Well, it was a flea that was attached to a rat. Okay. And here's the cycle of how it was caused. It infected humans, and it just ran rampant throughout everybody. And then humans eventually would contaminate each other, just like the coronavirus, where, we have to keep the social distancing or we'll all die pretty much. Okay. So you take a look here at European population chart. Europe was gradually increasing, huge number of people. And then within a matter of 5 years, it lost 25 million people once the plague started. Okay. It's the only time in history that if you would put a dark vision light and look across Europe, the lights in Europe go off. Europe has never had the lights go off in Europe ever, but that was the only time. Okay. So some attempts to stop the plague, put cooked onions and figs on it and hopefully swell up those swellings. Take a live frog and put a belly on a plague sore, and hopefully it'll take all those nasty stuff and take it from you. You had those doctor's robes. You had leeching, so cutting of the blood, cutting of the skin to let blood out and get that nasty bacteria that they thought was out of your body. Okay. Popular nursery rhyme that you probably heard when you were a kid actually comes from during that time. Okay. You guys can look into that a little bit more if you want. Some cures and attempts, flagellants, so inflict penance on yourself. This came from the Catholic Church because they thought this was a punishment from God. Okay. Pogroms were massacres against Jews because this is where the animosity towards Jews started. Specifically, they thought Jews were the problem, and you had secret societies going around killing Jews. Okay. So overall, as I end this, take a look, analyze those political, economic, and social effects of bubonic plague or Black Death, specifically